Priester and O'Malley, Irish Illustrated's 1, 2, 3. Our question for today is, what position group has improved the most since last spring?
Tim, I think we agree going into this one, there's two options, but I want to go back to the beginning of next spring when you and I and others were shouting from the rooftops. They do not have enough interior defensive linemen to compete. We thought Jacob Lacey was just going to be rushed into it as a nose tackle. Myron Tagovailoa-Amosa, Kurt Heinrich, and young Jason Adamiola. We did one of these calls about 2 weeks ago, and we kept naming underappreciated players, and they were all interior defensive tackles. So I guess that's the most improved since last spring, right? You can name all those guys. Giant improvements, and really, some of those guys will be, Lacey could, the rest will be top 15 players this year for Notre Dame. And Lacey will one day be a top 15
Certainly
player.
He will be. Yeah, more credit for Mike Elston and what he's done.
Yeah.
We talked mostly about the defensive ends, but he did a tremendous job on the interior defensive line. And I mean, you just didn't see anybody. You didn't think MTA was really ready to blossom. Kurt Heinrich just kind of a workman-like guy that's going to go in there and plug away. And as you said, Jacob Lacey, we probably felt the best about the development of Jason Adamiola at that point.
Yeah.
After 1 year in the program. But now they've improved tremendously. You feel good about that. Now you're going to need some similar production from defensive end with the losses that you had. But the other position, Tim, as you know, linebacker, we were very skeptical about where Notre Dame very skeptical about where Notre Dame was at linebacker. You didn't know that Asmar Bilal would eventually become a really good fifth-year player. We didn't know about Drew White. He's become a very good player, and Owusu Koromoa has become better than just a good player.
Oddly, I think that's the guy we were most high on. You and I both loved Owusu Koromoa. We had a couple people mention Paul Moala entering August would challenge him for the starting role, and you and I both turned around and said, no, this is his role. We didn't think he was going to enter 2020 as a pseudo-All-American candidate. But both of us liked him from recruitment on. And we both looked at Drew White and Asmar Bilal like, well, they just don't have anybody else. Turns out that wasn't the case.
Yeah, and Drew White was so consistent. I mean, you started to take him for granted.
Yeah.
By the end of September, he was playing that well. So no, that's really some outstanding coaching by Clark Lea with the linebackers and Mike Elston along the defensive line. And then I would say potentially the most improved is the offensive line. And with 114 starts and 6 guys to share 5 positions, a lot of pressure on Jeff Quinn to live up to the billing of what this offensive line can be. But potentially there's a lot of reason for great improvement along the offensive line.
It's a great point, and you have to be right. If they really have to be the strength of the team, because they make everybody better on that offense. They have pedestrian running backs. They can make their quarterback go from good to great college quarterback, not talking about pro potential, and which in turn makes all these young receivers better because their quarterback is great.
The quarterback improved dramatically in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
The first half of the season, not the same kind of category, but those certainly defensive line and defensive tackle and linebacker are the 2 areas where Notre Dame is the most improved since last year. That's 1, 2, 3 from Irish Illustrated.